man, this is great. Also, I was laughing so much at the previous story, and I loved Melissa's story so much as well. So I'm really happy to be here. I hope you can hear me and see me. I hope my Wi-Fi doesn't suck. But I'm going to share a story, Nerves of Steel, question mark about all that. But as was mentioned, I am from the Bronx. I'm from the BX. I'm like hardcore, die hard. But about 20 years ago, I moved to Los Angeles. And I swear to you, as soon as I told my family I was moving to LA, they were like, I'm going to give you a year because you don't belong there. It's too fake. Everyone is fake. Everyone has blonde hair and fake tits, and you don't have any of those things. And I was like, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to just keep on rolling. So I just shook my head and I kept it moving. And I rolled up to Los Angeles with all my BX memorabilia with me. And I learned to adjust. I got into like juicing. I went to fancy supermarkets. I planted jasmine in the front of the house. I kind of didn't recognize myself. So, but I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to live this LA life. Eventually, I got pregnant. And I was going to do that totally different. Because when I would ask my mom, she's from Puerto Rico and she's kind of quiet, but very strong. And she would just, I would ask her, Mom, what was it like, giving birth to 5 kids? And she would say, yo no sé. And she would just like move on because she didn't have time to waste about reminiscing about what life was like back then. She had work to do, like clean and cook and feed us. So she didn't have time to deal with like, I don't know what it was like. Okay. So she, but I was like, I'm going to do this differently. I'm not going to do it like my mom or her mom or whatever. I'm going to do it naturally, like the natural way. Right. I was going to do a natural birth. I was almost going to do a doula. I interviewed one, but I didn't go like that because I didn't like it. Right. But I was going to do a birth plan, and the birth plan was going to be set. Like it was going to be bullet points of exactly how I wanted that day to go down. It had everything. It was like, I don't want drugs. I want this playlist, which I meticulously created, like the kind of music I wanted to listen to while I was giving birth. Like, listen, like this was the birth plan, and I wanted it to be like memorized. You know what I mean? I gave it to my husband. I was like, pay attention. This is what is going to go down. This is how it's going to go. And, my husband being the way he was, he's very patient, and he listened to me and he followed it. I was like, you're going to follow this? Yes, he's going to follow it. I was determined to like control this like unnatural situation that was happening like in my belly, like this alien that was about to pop off. I was like freaking out. And I figured like, if I have a birth plan, then I know what I was going to do. So the birth plan came with me, and it was like, no drugs, play this long ass playlist. I want to make sure that the room smelled like lavender, spray it. But as soon as I got that first contraction, that pain, that overwhelming pain that no one tells you about was so like, it was like a wall, like a brick wall. I had no idea it was going to go down like that. So we run to the hospital. And as soon as I got there, I became like the cliche of all those television shows that we watch. Like, when the mother's going to give birth and she's screaming bloody hell to everybody. I became that person. I literally grabbed my man's collar, like grabbed him like this and said, go get me drugs. I don't care where you get them. I don't care how you shoot them up, but I need drugs right now. And I was like, I wasn't going to have it. I was like, yo, this pain is not, I don't understand. Like, I can't even think straight. So he did that. And I really did become like this cliche television girl screaming bloody hell. Now, if you don't know LA, Cedars-Sinai Hospital is like literally where all the celebs go to have babies. And I was not on the celebrity floor, but I was going to be, I acted like as if I should have been. I was like, I only expect the best from the BX. Like, this is going to be me. So when we rolled up into this room where I was, after getting drugs, I was calming down a little bit. And we rolled into the room, and, they had this place where you could play music. And this is like, my playlist, my meticulously planned playlist was going to play right now. And my husband, trying to take care of me, he says, you want me to play the music? And I said, yes, play that music, please. And when he played that music, press button, what came out was 1970 Fania All-Star salsa music, like the music that blares during a block party in New York, like really loud, down to like you're gonna be dancing really close to somebody kind of music. And it was so loud and blaring, and I was just like, what the hell is this? Like, whose idea was it to play this 1970s salsa music? Like, I didn't understand. It wasn't going to work that way. I really thought that maybe connecting to what I grew up with, like the 1970s kind of salsa music, maybe that was going to calm me. But at that moment, I really wanted to kill somebody. But eventually, hours went by, and this baby wasn't having it. The baby wasn't going to come out. And soon enough, I developed a fever. And the doctors and the nurses were all running around saying, we got to do this. We got to get a C-section going. And I was like, fine, let's go. Let's make it happen. It was almost close to midnight. And I'm not going to lie, I was scared. You know how like they roll you from your one room to the surgery place and you're looking up and all the lights are coming through and you're just like, this is not what I had intended. This wasn't part of my birth plan. But what? I got to go through it, right? So I go there and the surgeon's like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good. And they're prepping me up and they're getting it all ready. And that's when I notice it. I listen, right? There's music being played. And it wasn't 1970 All-Star, Fania All-Star salsa music. No. Or it wasn't rainforest calming kind of music that you listen to like chimes and stuff. No. What was being played is Smash Mouth. I don't know if you know what Smash Mouth is. It's pop music. I'm like, I'm not down with them. And all I kept thinking was like, who made this playlist and why didn't they consult with me before they started playing All-Star? I wanted everyone to shut up. But whatever, they did what they had to do. It was like science fiction cut-ups. Like my body parts are being moved this way and that. I'm kind of watching it from the slab. And soon it was over and my man was coming towards me with my new baby daughter. And he's like, really like excited. The baby's all wrapped up and clean. And he's like leaning over, like, here we go. I'm going to introduce you to your daughter. And I can see them, like, it was like slow motion. They're walking towards me. And I was like, oh my God. And this is what came out of my mouth. I'm going to be sick. And as soon as I said that, the doctor pressed the button and they knocked me out cold. And everything turned black. Nerves of steel, I don't know. My kid, that baby, is turning 16 this Friday. And she's been on lockdown, as we all have, right? And it's wild to witness her go through all these teenage embarrassments that I write about in young adults, like how and it's all being done through Zoom, right? Like how she's tried to talk to her crush on Zoom and homeboy didn't even look at her, didn't even respond in the chat. Or how she was caught singing during class, but she didn't know that her mic was on and her whole class heard it. And the teacher was like, great voice. And she was horrified. Like all these embarrassment moments are still happening right now in Zooms. And the other day we were sitting in the kitchen and we were just chilling. And she said to me, I really want a boyfriend. Do you think I'm ever going to kiss someone? And my heart kind of broke because here we are, right? I can't, like we're living through this moment and she's still having this yearning, right? She wants to be seen. She wants to be loved. And I had to figure out what to say, like the right words that won't sugarcoat the truth. And a few beats passed. And then she asked me, do you know what host clubs are? Okay, so I don't know if you know what host clubs are, but it's a place where you can rent time with a girl or a boy, to talk. I wrote a futuristic one in my young adult novel, Dealing in Dreams. I called it Bodegas, and you could rent a papi chulo. Listen. Nerves of steel, not even close. The only thing I know to be true, like I didn't know back then, 16 years ago when I was giving birth, is that I don't know a thing. I can't control the pandemic. I can't control how my kid yearns to be seen and loved and wants a kiss. I can barely offer her shelter in this house. We're staring at each other and we're just wondering what the future will be like. But I can't control one thing. And the only thing I can control is that my girl is not going to a house club. I don't care if I wrote about it. I don't care at all if she read it somewhere. That's for damn sure. She's not going to a house club. This is to a host club where I'm locked down. This is what's going to happen. Anyway, that's my silly story. I ain't got no nerves of steel. I'm just trying to live.